are ready to roll. As a reminder, if you could please silence your cell phone. Nobody wants to be that person. I've been that person. I double-checked mine. So please make sure to silence your cell phones, and we're going to turn it over to the 5th grade orchestra and Mr. Corbett.
Good evening, everybody. All right, so we've had some introductions. I'm going to have the students introduce a lot of things. Welcome, thank you for coming out. And let me find our MC for a second. Hannah, are you kind of coming down? All right, thanks. Hey. Okay.
Welcome to our final concert of the 2024-2025 school year. I'm McKenna and we're glad you're here. The orchestra students want you to leave with a smile on your face and hope you appreciate the growth we've made, whether they started last September or have been playing for the last 4 years. Tonight, our concert has a mix of popular songs written for orchestra, and Mr. Corbett will present the end of the year award. We hope you recognize some of the old favorites and enjoy the new ones.
Dr. Gordon, would you unplug the Bluetooth thing in the PE office? And then I just realized I forgot my music in the orchestra, so I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Declan Kirk, and we welcome you to the 5th grade part of our string orchestra concert. According to the composer, Brian Wallenby, he said the title for Impulse was an impulse itself. We just felt the urge to write the piece and named it after that impulse. Mr. Corbett has said songs without words can have just about any title, and this one certainly fits that idea. This song is aggressive and fast. It's also fun to play. Here's our concert opener, Impulse.
Hi, my name is Abby, and I'd like to introduce Edge of the Horizon. Edge of the Horizon is an exciting piece that features all the strength instruments at different points in the song. With high energy and drastic changes in volume, it is sure to keep you interested and entertained. We had a lot of fun learning this piece by Jeremy Wilson-Boone, and we hope you enjoy Edge of the Horizon.
stand up. All right, go ahead and shuffle. 6th grade, come on down. My apologies. A little excited because of the meeting, and I have a few things to pass on. Okay, so the first thing I have, I do this little reward system called Orchestra Karate with the 5th graders and 6th graders. Just like real karate, but with violins. They don't chop anything, they just practice. So they basically have 9 belts, and they try and earn the belts over the course of the year. I had quite a few 5th graders get all the way to the black belt and beyond this year, so I'm going to pass out certificates for them. I'm going to have each one of them come up, and please hold your applause till I get through all of them. Brett Benedict, Sam Costello, Ben Stowell, Aubrey Carr, you guys line up over here. Kaylee Curry, Leanne Khalil, Declan Kirk, Archie Custis, Will Luzzo, Nick Thompson, and Nick Weston. Okay, so then this is the big 5th grade awards. I have outstanding musician awards for each grade, and in 5th grade, 2 kids from each school get an award. And so there's a total of 4 outstanding 5th grade orchestra musicians. In alphabetical order, just to make it easier, Ben Cristobal, Aubrey Carr, Archie Kustich, and Addison Torres. Come on up. Wait, Aubrey. Come on over here, face the audience. Archie, congratulations. Over here. All right, thank you. Now we can
Thanks again to the 5th graders. Didn't they do a wonderful job? I'm Lucy, and I'd like to introduce the 6th grade orchestra. In orchestra class this year, we had a lot of fun and improved a ton. Thank you for coming out to support us, and we hope you enjoy our 2 pieces. In 2018. It contains 2 contrasting sections, one where the violins get the melody to open and close the song, while cellos and basses play a second, more mysterious theme in the middle. And just so they're not left out, the violas get the melody in the transition section before the second theme. This one has been a lot of fun to learn, even though Mr. Torbett repeatedly calls it Barnstormer. Please enjoy Barn Burner.
of the Caribbean, was not only a box smash in 2003, but contained some of the most memorable film music of the last 50 years. Today we're performing the main theme from the film composed by Klaus Badal and Hans Zimmer. It is also known as He the Pirate and sets the stage for the antics of the swashbuckling villain-turned hero, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Okay, so even if I get anxious, don't leave when we're done. The first three, I have 3 black belt certificates for the 6th grade orchestra students too. Have them come up and hold your applause. Elena Beltran, Grace Blackmore, and Kylie Copeland. Okay, and now for the 6th grade outstanding musicians. Like the 5th grade, there's 2 from each school. These are also in alphabetical order. I'll call up each one at a time. The first one is Grace Blackmore. The second one is Larry Gilman Jr. Next is Bailey Luby. last sixth grade outstanding musician is Kylie Bolton. Okay, so this part of the concert, I'm going to introduce Mrs. Crystal File. She's the president, or current president of the New Lenox Music Boosters. They are giving some summer lesson scholarships, which we're going to present now. Her come up here.
Before I present, I just want to introduce ourselves a little bit so you know who we are, and then maybe some of you will be interested in joining us next year. So I'm Crystal File, and I have a freshman who graduated from Martino Band last year, and I also have a sixth grader who's going to be joining Martino Band next year. So I'm going to pass the mic to my
Hi, my name is Vanessa Velasquez. I have 3 girls that have gone through Martino's band, and I currently have a 7th grader in Martino band.
Hi, good evening. My name is Kim Gappa, and I have 2 7th graders in the Martino band.
Michael Merrick. I have one child in 8th grade orchestra and our 7th grade orchestra, and one in 6th. I'll be stepping into Kim's role as treasurer next year. And I also wanted to thank Crystal and Vanessa for basically starting the music boosters from scratch following COVID. So give them a round of applause.
And also, I would just like to thank all the parents for your support through fundraisers, through donations and volunteers, and especially the junior high parents. We know we ask for a lot of donations for the field trip, and we ask for a lot of volunteers for hosting the contest. So when we look at the list that we send out for sign up, we thought that's a lot. And we're already thinking about plan B if it doesn't get filled. But typically after we sign up in a few hours, my mailbox is like bombed with all the notification emails of almost everything is filled. So really want to thank you guys. And also do a little bit sales pitch. If you want to experience the joy of us feeling overwhelmed by your support, you're very welcome to join us. Kim will be the president next year. Kim and Michael have been working with us for this current year, so they know a lot and they're on top of everything. So you have very good friends to work with. And also, since we represent both band and orchestra, we want to have a balanced representation. So you see we have some band parents and some orchestra parents. So that's why I'm trying to encourage people to volunteer from both band and orchestra. All right, so before we hand out the scholarship, we want to make the process of selecting the recipients clear and transparent so you know what we do. So we have, how many? 53 applicants for our scholarship. So what we do is, first thing is going to their essays and remove all their names and possible information that reveals their names. And then I copy and paste and compile a file with all just the essays and label it by groups, which grade and whether it's band and orchestra, and just label it A, B, C, D. And then we have 5 officers. There's one more from Liberty. We have 5 officers and the directors. We each read all the essays, and then pick our top 3. So the number 1 got 3 points, number 2 got 2 points, and number 3 got 1 point. And then we add up all the points. By then we'll know the highest point, and then we'll go back to match the name. So this whole process is fair, it's clear, and it's totally name blank. And also, if there's an officer has a child that entered the application, the officer typically doesn't grade their group. So we don't want to have any privilege over a kid of an officer, but we also don't want to discourage officers' kids from applying, because we don't want you to think, oh, since I serve, I don't want my kids to do it. So if there's any officers' kids win, it's still fair. All right. Okay, so I think, yeah, that's about it. All right, I'm going to now hand out, so there will be 3 scholarships, 1 for each grade. When I call your name, please come up. So for 5th graders, the scholarship recipient is Madeline Bond Jr. And for 6th grade, the recipient is Larry Gilman Jr. And for 7th grade, the recipient is Kendall O'Brien. I think the 8th grade parents have a little bit something to say to Mr. Torben.
Mr. Torben, on behalf of the 8th grade class and all the 8th grade parents, we'd just like to say thank you for what he's done with our children. We understand the countless hours it takes to put in above and beyond the regular school. And we appreciate that you instill the importance of music in life. So on behalf of the 8th grade parents and students, thank you.
If you want to join us, you're free to email Mr. Torben or join our Facebook group. There's a Facebook group. If you don't have the information, just ask Mr. Torben for it, or message me, or ask one of the members here if you know. All right, thank you very much.
So we're going to switch up between 6th grade and the junior high group. 6th graders, go ahead and come on off. Cellos and basses, if you want to go around behind the cello, you can. While they're doing that, just a couple of quick things and statistics while we're changing up here. This year, we had 53 students in 5th grade orchestra at the end of the year, 33 6th graders, 14 7th graders, and 26 8th graders. For a total of 126 kids in the orchestra program between Medley, Crossin, and Martino. In the fall, the junior high students auditioned for something called the ILMEA, or Illinois Music Educator Association Honors Festival. We had 7 students audition, and 3 students won seats for the District 1 Honors Orchestra. And then in February, some of you are aware, some of the students participated in what's called the Illinois Grade School Music Association Solo and Ensemble Contest. We had 18 6th graders and 1 5th grader, split up with 3 solos and 4 groups, and then 11 junior high students participated in 2 solos and 6 small groups. So we had a lot of participation in the contest in February. And then lastly, between the 6th graders and the junior high students, they participated in that AIXMA organization. They participated in the District 6 AIXMA organization contest. We hosted the district contest here this year. They graded, 3 different judges grade us on a rubric, and if you average a first place total between the 3 judges, you move on to state. And so the junior high group this year managed to get that honor, and they went to the state festival a couple of weeks ago. For the 8th graders in this group, they actually qualified when they were in 6th grade as well. This is the first year Martino's had all three ensembles, the band, the orchestra, and the choir, all got a superior rating in state. And then just to bring it up, when the 8th graders were in 6th grade, they actually got a superior when they were in 6th grade too. They had to remind me, I forgot about that, but they did a really nice job 2 years ago as well. So they a highly accoladed group here, and we're ready to play a couple of pieces for you. And let's see, was there anything else I needed to say? I have a couple of other things, but I'll save them for later. So this is the Martino Junior High Orchestra.
Written and released in 1961, but Ben came into Elmo with Stand By Me, was inspired by Sam Cooke, another famous singer that when King left the R&B group, the Drifters, it became the signature song. With an instantly recognizable bass line, this is one of the most shared songs of the 1960s and has been enshrined in the Library of Congress National History Registry as a culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant song in American history.
Sun chasers. So, 7th graders, if you want to scooch back and let them come up. You guys are fine.
Can Natalie stay?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, never mind. Just stay there. Something I've done when possible over the last 10 years or so, I've taught orchestra. I usually have a combined 7th and 8th grade group, and so there's like a little bit different dynamic. There's a leadership aspect to that. And there's also sometimes that wishing the 8th graders, they kind of wish they could just do something by themselves. So at the end of the year, I picked all of the songs and made it Google form and listed everything they've played since they were in 5th grade, and I let them vote on one song to play for you tonight. They picked a song which Maddie's going to introduce in a second. I do this for a couple of reasons. One, it's just nice to honor the 8th graders, let them kind of have a little spotlight for themselves. And the other thing is slightly more for you, particularly the 8th grade parents, because if you remember or have videos of what this piece sounded like when they were in 6th grade, you can pull this out and you can play that, and then you can compare it to what they sound like tonight. And it's kind of a neat thing to hear how they've matured over the last couple of years. One last thing that's kind of related to that as well. Our state contest was just like 3 weekends ago. Basically, we've had about 2.5 weeks to put together the songs for tonight's concert. So even they were working really hard to get ready for that state contest. And so this has just been kind of some fun music to get together in a short amount of time. Something that they'd enjoy, a little bit harder in class, maybe because it was, maybe not because of the time crunch, but because they enjoyed doing it. So without me harping on them every day about dynamics and articulations. So needless to say, here's Maddie.
Hi, I'm Maddie. Sun Chasers was a song we immediately took a liking to during the spring of 2023 when looking for an upbeat song to play at the IGS and May State Festival. It is upbeat and animated with catchy melodies and hopefully pizzicato. We chose to play this piece today because it was fun and we have fond memories of performing it. But it also gives our parents a chance to remember what we sounded like 2 years ago and see how much we've improved since then. Enjoy our 8th grade encore performance of Sun Chasers by Tanner Otto.
One, two, ready, play.
So I have a couple of other things to pass out here before we play our final tune. A couple of thank yous to Gruen, Mrs. Corbett for coming out. I'm not sure if there were any other administrators that came out tonight, but thank you for coming and supporting us. Thank you to all the parents for coming out and listening. I hope you enjoyed the concert, because it's nice to see the growth from 5th grade to 8th grade. And if you're a parent of a 5th grade student who doesn't have an older child, this is really kind of nice to see what they're going to be capable of in just a couple of years. I wanted also to say thank you to Channel 6. Thank you for coming out and recording our concerts. In a week or two, their turnaround is actually really fast lately. This will be on the Channel 6 YouTube page, so we have a nice video to watch this too. Okay, so we have a couple of other awards to pass out. I'm going to do this before our final piece. Oh, yes, thank you. So this is the long part. It's the 8th graders who are going to come up. I'm going to call them all up. I'd like you guys to, we're going to go alphabetically, the lowest alphabet. I remember it was A. Get the standing figure tonight. She's sick. Okay, so we're going to start with the A to Z. And hold your applause to the end. One of the other nice things that the Music Boosters does for us is we take a picture of all of these 8th graders, actually everybody who 5th graders. They were wondering, are we getting our picture taken again tonight? No, and this is why. So we got their picture from 5th grade when they did their very first concert, and then in 8th grade we do one before the concert there, so they have a little thing to share with you. We're going to look at 2 little picture things with their younger picture and their older self. So let's see, I'm going to call Lisa up here. This is the right box, but she's not here. Okay, so Carter. Lily. Nathan. Lucy, G. Natalie. Finn. You guys can scooch down. Scooch in. Sophia. Lucy H. Maddie. Reese. I'm sorry. Violet. Jonah. Maya. Charlotte. Adam. You guys take a step forward and we'll come in front of this table a little bit. Rhea. Marilyn. Gianna. Sarah. Will. Connor. Cameron. And Avery. This is a big group. This is probably the biggest group I've had at Martino in one grade since I've been here. Can you give them a round of applause, please? I can't tell you how much it means for me that they stuck with this for 4 years, and the fact that you guys have done this and put up with me, that's good. All right, so have a seat and let's go play one more, we have a couple of words, and we'll play a little bit.
I didn't get one. You can get one.
And one last acknowledgement. Yes, one last acknowledgement before I do the awards. Yes, none of them can believe what they look like in the picture. Some of them I had to do double takes. I'm like, that's what it is. And then some of them they look exactly the same, just bigger. So, but I told them too, don't be offended when they go to high school and if they see me up there with Mrs. Jackson at the high school for any central events or something, I may not recognize them because like that's when they really grow and change. And like, I tell them don't be offended. It's like way different. It's like you go in those doors and like magic. So last acknowledgement, I'm not sure where she went. In the first half of the semester, I had a student teacher, so I'd like to give a warm round of applause to Lexi Rocha. They obviously like working with her, and we were happy to have her help us for 8 weeks here before she went to Joliet West and did high school with them. And then now she's a graduated, certified orchestra teacher looking for a job. Okay, the last couple of awards and we'll play our last song. This is the 7th grade outstanding position. I do 2 of these for 7th grade. Same thing, let me, I think I even worked on my criteria here, so I want to make sure I sell the right thing. Let's see, maybe I did, maybe I erased it. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. So the outstanding musician awards were based on students who worked hard and showed exceptional leadership in their grade. So that was for the 5th graders, the 6th graders, and now our 2 7th graders. The first one is Hannah Haley. And our second 7th grade outstanding musician is Bronwyn Ronchus.
Excuse versus the 8th graders. It's picked up.
Oh, I have an award from Mr. Rinke. He didn't give me the plaque because he felt like he gave me the student plaque. Everybody figure out what it was. But the student is not going to be at the band concert tomorrow night because they are here. So Mr. Rinke's Woody Herman Jazz Band Award for 2025 goes to Finn Billy-Rathley. So I don't have the plaque to you, but I will bring it up. And I will show you. So, Finn, yeah, we'll take your picture with it. So this is the extension plaque. This award is in the trophy case outside of the band and orchestra room. And Finn will get a small plaque to take home. And then his name is permanently engraved in the annals of Martino history. Fantastic. All right. And then the last one I have tonight, this is for an 8th grader. This is the Director's Award for Orchestra. The same sort of thing. Finn's award was for jazz band, there's one for band, and then I had one for orchestra. So this person has been always participating in anything that I could create. Joined, played, practiced, auditioned for things, and generally had a great attitude for the last 4 years. Very outgoing, and well, it's hard to get through this. So without further ado, our outstanding 8th grade musician and the Orchestra Director's Award is from Lila Kimball. And Mr. Inky helped me bring the plaques up, so I don't know where your plaque is, but I will get it to you before you leave tonight. So, all right, congratulations. Thanks for coming. So that plaque will be out in the lobby as well. Yeah, as you can probably tell, this one, orchestra hasn't been at Martino nearly as long as band. So this is when this award started, when orchestra started. I believe orchestra started around 2008. So by the time they got to Martino, that was 2010. That's the first year on the plaques. And we've been here long enough that we had to get an extension plaque for orchestra too. So we have a couple of those, and Lila will be permanently, historically, part of Martino's history. All right. So let's go on to our last song. Let's see. I think if there's anything else I needed to say. I think Nate was going to say it. I think I put it on your sheet, so come on.
Wait, can we switch?
Yeah, go ahead and switch.
We didn't get the dynamic duo. Oh, just not.
Released by Coldplay as a single in 2008, Viva La Vida was the second single released from the album in the same name. The title of that album and song was taken from the painting by artist Frida Kahlo and loosely translated from Spanish means long live life. At the time she painted Viva La Vida, she had endured much pain, suffering from polio and a broken spine, and the thought of creating art while hurting inspired the lyrics of the song. Thank you for everyone that came to this concert this week. This has been a busy year. Everyone who has performed here tonight has put in a lot of effort into learning how to be the best musician they can be. When the song is over, the students will leave and meet you in the cafeteria. Before the song, would you please join me in giving a hand to all the students who participated tonight? Thank you, and please enjoy our concert. Close your Viva La Vida.
All right, have a seat. Thank you. Okay, so like Nathan said, they're going to pack up. They'll meet you in the cafeteria. Oh, we found the awards. Great. Woody Herman Jazz Award. Finn, congratulations. And Reference Award for Orchestra, Lila's right there. Okay, so fifth graders,